Today's topic is
Fallout Basing and You.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to WAYPN. I'm Cal.
And I'm Sunny.
So, today we're going to talk about basing.
Why?
Because...
War never changes.
Okay, so surprisingly enough, this isn't actually about the Fallout tabletop game. It's about the video games.
Oh, okay. What about the video games?
In the video games, there is one thing that they have done universally well that everybody praises, regardless of how much of a buggy mess they are.
Okay, so what is it?
Environmental storytelling.
Yeah, which is the art of telling a story just through the environment, contextual clues and things like that.
Yeah. So Fallout does it really well in a number of ways, right? So there are the more comedic things where it's like the guy on the toilet, it's a skeleton on the toilet, and it's like... But the idea is sound. As an example, right, you come in and you see all of these dinners set up, right, but nobody ever came to them because everybody's wiped out by the atomic blast.
Oh, okay, so it's just showing you an empty... It's constant... Okay, I've never played the game, but from what you have said, I'm imagining like they are moving between different scenes of just emptiness. There are different environments, but there's nobody there.
Yeah, and the people who are here are like raiders and that sort of thing.
Right.
And it's very Mad Max in some of the style, right?
Right, yeah.
But the whole idea is that these people, their lives ended in an instant.
Right.
And you don't
Everyone was doing something at some point in time. And then everything just sort of stopped. Like maybe the candle was still going, the dinner was still there.
Yeah, exactly.
But nobody's there to have any of it or something.
Yeah,
like
because
that.
they're all dead, right? And the whole idea is this. They show exactly what has happened in this area through the environment.
So they've shown basically how time has stood still with how things were placed in particular ways, that sort of thing. Right, okay. Well, I can see the point of why you're talking about basing and that.
Alright, so here's one of the biggest problems with basing. I was talking to a friend and I said, imagine there's a drone above us, right? And the base is 6 feet around us, right? Because we're each 6 feet tall, right?
Yeah.
And then what we do is we take a look at what's around us.
Right.
We were at the beach, but the area we were at had grass all on it, right?
Yeah.
So if we just had grass all on it, that wouldn't actually...
give you much information of where exactly you are.
Well, it certainly wouldn't say that we were at the beach, right?
Yeah.
How many contextual clues can I fit into this area, right?
Yeah.
So,
which is why you always say that a good base has at least 3 elements in it. Yes, okay.
Like here are my Bushido bases, but they look like no beach that would exist.
Yeah, so you've got the shoreline, clearly, and then you've got the beach where the sand is, and then you've got like something that looks a bit like a soil, where the grass would meet usually in a beach. And if you had thought of it very literally, we go back to the example of you and your friend, 6 feet diameter or something.
Yeah.
If you put yourself on a base, literally, in these areas, you would either be somewhere where the water and the sand met, on the sand itself, or where the sand and that little soil grass patch would meet.
Yeah.
But you would not see all these 3 things in that same diameter space. But the reason why you do that is to give the full contextual clues of exactly where this person is. So the direction of which the water is flowing.
Yeah, and this tells you that they're at the sea because the water is flowing against that,
shore,
right? Rather than parallel to it, which would say, I'm at a river.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Most people think of basing as an afterthought. But the thing is that it is your key contextual clue for your storytelling, right?
Yes, like in our previous video, gesamt Kunstwerk.
Yes, I've been trying to work on the pronunciation, so it's gesamt Kunstwerk.
Yeah.
This is what one of the commenters tried to help us out with.
Butchering the German language. But yes, so it is exactly that. It's about the total work of art.
Yes, the total work of art. And the whole idea is, right, this will give you the contextual clues. So imagine where your guys are fighting and who your guys are.
Yes.
when you make your base, you are telling a story, whether you intend to or not.
Let's say you thought having lava bases was really cool and you wanted to do that. Well, now you've given the impression that they're fighting somewhere that's perhaps a chaos battle. It's got lava, it's got fire and brimstone, that sort of thing. You've given the impression that that's where your guys are fighting.
And lava bases can be cool and all right, but it should match the model is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say that it's a medieval knight and it's on this lava base.
Yeah, it doesn't quite make much sense.
Well, like either that or they're fighting in hell.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, right.
And the thing is, and sure, if it's just one medieval knight, okay, sure, the medieval knight's fighting in hell. But let's say he's a part of a greater army where they're peasant levies and there's all these peasants in hell. You're like,
what's happening
What the
here?
hell am I looking at?
So what you're saying is the model informs the environment just as much as the environment informs the model.
correct. It's the Gesamtkunstwerk.
Yay, we did it.
Maybe.
In summary, Fallout is a great way to understand environmental storytelling.
The reason why you want to understand environmental storytelling is to make great bases.
You need 3 elements to show exactly where the environment is that the model is in and exactly what they are doing. It's about giving enough contextual clues to tell the story, not the reality of the space itself.
Like the sea bases?
Yes, with the sea bases. Yes, the ocean, the shore, and the soil. Heightened reality, not reality itself.
Hit it, Thanos.
Reality is often disappointing.
You know what isn't disappointing?
Painting your models?
And you know what helps with that?
Keeping those brushes wet. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, so Gesamtkunstwerk.
Yes. Gesamtkunst.
Gesamtkunstwerk.
Gesamtkunstwerk. Yeah, nailed it.
Nailed it.